Don't run from the uncomfortable. Hey, y'all, it's Brita here, the coach who helps other professionals in personal development. And today's video is about that uncomfortable feeling that we avoid, that when we're in it, we're like, oh my gosh, this sucks. I want out. I want out of the situation. I don't want to feel this way. I just want this over with. Whatever the situation is, that feeling, just that frustration of I want this over with. I want relief from this feeling. I hate that feeling. And I've learned that that feeling is a good thing. Dr. Andrew Huberman talks about this feeling when we're learning something new in our brain. It's not the same feeling, but it's similar. That uncomfortableness when we're learning something new is actually our brain forming new neural pathways. It's actually a really good thing, and it's a necessary thing. Likewise, in personal development, when we have that feeling of, I just want out of this situation, whether you're trying to grow with personal development or not, you're in a situation and you don't like it. Don't fight that. Because that whatever situation you're in, you're supposed to be in it, or you wouldn't be in it. And you can fight that, or you can sit back and be a little open and ask why. Why am I in this situation? The answers are not going to come in your head, though. They're going to come from deeper, and they will just come bubbling up. That's the best way I can describe it. But if you try and sit there and just think it through and try and figure it out, the answers aren't going to come. Certainly not the true answers, the right answers. Where if you just sit and you're just open to the answers coming up, generally they'll come up. And the question that I ask my clients all of the time when they don't know something is, if you knew the answer, what would it be? Because generally we have some answers, but we're scared of them, or we want some reassurance from the outside. We don't need that. So if you knew the answer, what would it be? Why are you in this situation? That is not an invitation to beat the shit out of yourself. That is not an invitation to shame yourself and I'm in this because I haven't learned and, I'm bad at whatever, or we're not doing that. But if you're in a situation, you're there on purpose. Maybe you are supposed to learn something. Especially if this is a repeat. If you find yourself in the same situation over and over and over and over and over and over, you're going to repeat until you repair. You're going to keep doing it until you learn the lessons. So what am I supposed to be learning here? What is there to repair here? Maybe you can't see. Maybe the answers are not coming up. Maybe you're not supposed to know right this second. If you're just open, it will become self-evident at some point. Sometimes we can't see forward. We can't see what's supposed to happen or what the purpose in this would be. Sometimes you have to look back and go, oh yeah, I didn't see it at the time, but yeah, I totally see it now. But the more you try and figure it out up here, the the more the true answers are going to elude you. And sometimes you just have to go on faith and go, okay, I don't know why I'm supposed to be here, but I'm going to trust that there's a reason. And I'm going to do the best that I can, and I'm going to just move forward with some faith. And there are some times that horrific things happen to people. Things that for the life of me, I can't find a purpose in. I can't find a learning lesson in. The things like last summer, we're coming up on the year anniversary of the Kerrville floods, and that happened close to where I lived in Texas. So it cut really close to home. Over 100 people died in horrific floods in the middle of the night. 27 of those were little girls at camp. I have no purpose for that. I can't, I have nothing. There's no there's lots of learning lessons for other people, but I think of those parents. No fault of their own. It wasn't like, oh, this is something that, you're going to repeat until you repair. Learning lessons. Okay. So there are some things in life that are just so horrific. I have no idea why that happened. What I can tell you is, even in those horrific situations, something that I cannot even fathom, there is room for growth. Maybe not at the beginning. When you're in shock, when you're just in so much pain that you can barely move. Pain that I have never experienced. And I've experienced some pain. I've never experienced anything like those parents experienced. So I would never sit in judgment of them, and I would never say this is what you should be doing or how you should be feeling. Of course not. But I do know, with some time, there is opportunity for growth. And how I handle any situation is up to us. And if we go through something, we can, even horrific, we can let it make us bitter and angry and turn it into something negative, or we can grow from it. And that's up to us. But what I do know is, when we try and avoid that uncomfortable feeling, I just want to get out of this situation. I want this over. I want whatever is happening over. I want that feeling over. The more we try and rush whatever is happening, the more we try and push and just push to get it over with, or the more we try and numb ourselves from it, numb ourselves with being busy, or numbing ourselves with food or wine or drugs or whatever, work, you are postponing what you're supposed to be learning. You're making it worse. The best thing to do is to sit with the uncomfortable feeling. I don't like this. This sucks. Just sit with it for a minute. Okay. Don't try and push it away. Don't try and numb it. Don't try ignoring it. Stuffing it down like la 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 la. Don't do that. Just sit with it for a little bit. Okay. This is uncomfortable. I don't like this. Okay. It's just a feeling. It's just a feeling. You're probably not in any actual danger. Nothing horrible is actually happening right now. Okay. Then really take some time. The answers come up a lot faster when you are in stillness, when you're in nature and you're in stillness. And ask yourself honestly, what am I supposed to be learning from this? And let the answers come up, but they're not in your head, and they are not contained in shame. Shame is when we think something's wrong with us. Not, I did something bad or I made a mistake. It's, I'm bad. I'm horrible with money. I'm blah, 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 blah. Okay, well, maybe there's something that you need to learn. Maybe there's behavior that you need to change. Maybe there's something that you need to heal. Because you're not stupid. Maybe there's something that you need to heal. That doesn't mean something's wrong with you. So ask, okay, especially if it's a repeat issue. What are the lessons that I'm supposed to be learning here? What am I supposed to be healing here? And maybe it's that just to get you to the point to admit that there is something to heal. Because you can't heal what you don't acknowledge is hurt. Maybe it's just to put you in this spot again so that you pay attention at some point. And then let the answers come up without shame, without beating the crap out of yourself. Let the answers come up. And if they don't right away, okay, just be open. They will. Just be open. And at the very least, you can, okay, where are the growth opportunities here? How do I want to show up in this situation? Even if it's a bad situation, how do I want to show up every day? How do I want to behave? Who do I want to be? How do I want to treat people? Without excuse, without, well, this is a bad situation. You know, I lost my temper because blah, 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 blah. Okay. How do you want to treat people, regardless of what's going on in your life? Who do you want to be every day? Who do you want to be in this situation? That's up to you. And there are many situations that are difficult to show up with kindness, still with boundaries, but with kindness and love and compassion. I'm not saying it's always easy, but who do you want to be during this situation? Maybe this is a great opportunity to practice having boundaries with people. Practice putting your needs first. Practice even identifying what your needs are. Because there are a whole lot of you. I used to say us, but now I do know what my needs are, and I do put them first. So there are a whole lot of you who don't even know what your needs are. Like, you are so out of touch with yourself that you don't even know what your needs are. You know what everybody else's needs are, but you don't even know what yours are. So maybe this is an opportunity to start identifying what your needs are and putting them on the table, much less first. So how do you want to show up? What are you supposed to be learning from this experience? How can this make you a better person? And even in the situations where you're like, this is so bad, I've got nothing here. And sometimes, life is going to give you storms. It's not that you've done anything wrong. Sometimes life gives you storms, and sometimes they are hell of a storm. I had an acquaintance who, her husband died suddenly in an accident on the beach. Like a wave hit him, he fell, he was dead in front of their 6 children. Clearly, that is nothing that anyone did. No one did anything wrong. There's no life lesson to learn here. What, not go to the beach? I mean, it was just a freak thing that happened. And she was left with 6 kids, a mess. And she just lost her husband. And how she handles that is up to her. And there are great growth opportunities for her. She had to step up in a way that she had never stepped up before, and that she never, quite frankly, never thought she could step up before, but she did. She was forced to. She did. How you handle it is up to you. Again, I did not say that was easy. So the next time you're in that uncomfortable spot, whether it's a small thing or it's a major life thing, the go-to is to ignore it, run from it, fight your way out of it. What if you just sat with it for a minute? And we're open to letting this experience help you. Help you grow. Help you heal something that needed to be healed. Because the situations, it is what it is. It's going to be what it is. And these things are going to continue to happen because it's life. You might as well use it to your advantage. Even as difficult as that may be. And have some faith. Regardless of what you believe, faith isn't trusting when we know it's going to work out, when we can see the how. Faith is believing when you can't see the how, when you don't know how this is going to work out, and having faith. Because I bet it does. I bet it does work out. But the more you try and fight it, the worse it's going to be. So what if you just sat back, had some faith, and asked, what am I supposed to be learning here? What am I supposed to be repairing here? How can I use this to grow? Even if it's just how you show up, who you are, even in this situation. Okay, that's all for today. Take care. Have a good day. Bye.